Welcome to the video tutorial on creating your own Kahoot, where you will explore how to utilize and create your very own Kahoots within your classrooms. In order to get started, let's hop over to an internet browser, preferably Chrome, maybe Firefox or Safari, but Kahoot does not like Internet Explorer. And in order for us to start a Kahoot and an account, we need to enter the address getkahoot.com. That's GETKAHOOT.com. By entering that address, you'll be taken to Kahoot's homepage, where you have one of two options, either to sign in or to sign up for a free account. So if you already have a Kahoot account, you'll end up signing in. If not, you're going to have to sign up for free, which is not very hard. It'll ask you, what is your role? I'm a teacher. I'm at NWTC. And then it'll ask you to create a username, an email. Just double type your email again, and then a password to create your account. I will let you know that when you need to log in, you can simply log in using your email or your username. Because I already have an account, I am just going to go ahead and click sign in and quickly use my email account to do so. Again, I did not have to enter in my username. To be honest, I don't even know if I know what my username is. And make sure that you enter the correct password. There we go. Once you log in, you'll be taken to your main home or your dash page. On this dash, you'll have several different options. Creating a new Kahoot. You can go and look at all the Kahoots that you've created, my Kahoots. You can look at all the public Kahoots if you would like. And then there's some frequently asked questions and some support. Along the right-hand side are your statistics, where it'll tell you how many Kahoots you have with how many questions you have generated, how many times your Kahoots have been played, and so on, as well as some recent results that you can pull the information from to analyze. For this tutorial, we are going to create a new quiz. Now you have the option of creating a discussion, which is an interactive question and answer session between students, faculty, and back and forth. Or you can create a survey, which is very similar to a quiz. There's just no points assigned to many of the questions. So we are going to select a quiz because I do want to show you how to attach points. If I select the quiz, it's going to ask me to first give the quiz a name. I'm going to name this one Packers, in honor of the Green Bay Packers for green and gold. Once I've entered the name, I'm going to click Go. Now that I've clicked Go, it brings me to the editing phase for questions and answers. Now I'm going to explore this page before we go ahead and enter in some of those questions. First, you have a text box up in the very top part of the pane. Question number 1, here's our text box. Over on the right-hand side, you'll notice there's a number 95. That tells me I only have 95 characters. So if I type the word who, it takes away 3. I'm down to 92, and so on. I can also edit some of the text that's in there by making it bold or italicized. There's also some math symbols and operations that can be put in there as well. If you would like, you can insert an image or a video from YouTube in here. It'll show the video or it'll show the image where you can ask questions. We also have an option to either give points to the question or not give points, and set a time limit, anywhere from 5 to 120 seconds. And you can do this individually, question by question. Near the very bottom is where we are going to enter our answers. You'll notice right now they are all in a red incorrect box. Once I enter in answers and I select the right one, I hover over it and click on incorrect to turn it to correct, to show that that is where the correct answer will be. So let's start. Who is the coach of the Green Bay Packers? I'm going to leave it with points. Let's go 30 seconds. I don't really want to put a picture in there. So the coaches. Aaron Rodgers might be a coach. Jordy Nelson, perhaps some people might think is a coach. And enter the correct answer. And you'll notice now I've selected or given 4 possible answers, with one of them being correct, Mike McCarthy. There's nothing else for me to really do with this question, so I have options now. I can either delete the question altogether because I don't like it. I can add another question. I can duplicate the question and basically create a copy of it. I can cancel the entire quiz altogether, or I can save and continue, which means the quiz is going to be done and I'm going to start to play it. I want to add another question, so I'm going to select Add a Question. Who is the Packer player pictured in the image below? Which means I need to insert an image. Now I've gone ahead and already inserted a picture on my desktop of a Packer player. You'll notice that it's going to drop it in here in the background. I want points. 20 seconds should be long enough. Kind of hard to see, but this is a picture of Aaron Rodgers. So I'm going to start to type in some possible answers. And finally, Aaron Rodgers. Now you'll notice, once again, they're all red and marked incorrect. Therefore, I need to make sure that I select the correct answer, being Aaron Rodgers. And then I'm going to go ahead and add one more question. Who is the Packers linebacker known for his trademark long gold hair? Hopefully, you know that is Clay Matthews. Perhaps somebody might think it's Jordy Nelson. Or maybe somebody would even think that possibly could be one of the linemen, Josh Sitton. Now let's say that I only wanted those as my possible 3 answers. I am going to simply click on that minus button to get rid of that 4th option. I don't want it there. All right? Well, let's say I want it back. I thought of somebody. Well, I click on the plus button and I get it. Now you'll notice that you can't add more than 4 possible options. You only have up to 4. But I don't want that blank. I only want these 3, and I need to make sure that I select which one was correct. I'm going to leave the points. I'm going to leave the time limit as is. So I've got all 3 of my questions in there. If you wanted to keep adding more, you certainly could add more. You could add in videos, whatever you want. But once you've got all your questions in, you want to click Save and Continue. What it then takes you to is an optional reorder page where you can reorder the questions however you would like. Perhaps I want who is the coach to come last, so I click and drag it to be last so that it ends up coming last. Or I want Mr. Rogers' picture to go first. So you can click and drag and drop them into place. I'm going to leave them alone. I'm going to click Save and Continue. On this page, there are a couple settings. First, you have to select an audience. If you don't select an audience, it won't let you continue. You can make it public, which means other people can find it and play it, or you can click it to private so that only you have options to play it. And then you can set the difficulty level to either way beginner, in between, really hard. This one might not be that difficult unless you don't know the Packers. You could provide a description if you wanted to, or any tags so that people search for it. They might find a tag in there. I'm going to leave all of those blank, but I did select school as an audience. I'm going to leave it as public. And then click Save and Continue. And the final option that you have is to give the quiz a cover image. This is an image that when you start the quiz will show up only at the beginning. I don't really need one at the beginning, and it's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. But if you wanted to put a picture in there to show what the quiz might be about, you certainly could. I'm going to click Done. Now that I'm done, I have the option to either play it right now or preview it or make some edits and changes to it. I could do lots of other things, but perhaps I just created this at home and I'm not ready to play this Kahoot with students yet. I have not entered my classroom. So I'm going to go back to my Kahoots, or maybe even create a new Kahoot and try and make another one. But when you're ready to play that specific Kahoot with students, after you've logged back in to getkahoot.com, you're going to select on My Kahoots, and then find the one that you created. Now you'll notice I have two in here. Packers, I got a lot of other ones, but I want to play that one that we just created called Packers. If I'm not sure what it's about, I can click on it, and by clicking on it, it'll give me those three questions. Those are the ones that I definitely just typed up. I want to play this one. So I click play. By clicking play, it's going to ask me, do I want to launch? So I can click play and leave this right here until I have students in my room. And then when I'm ready for the students to play, I can go ahead and click launch. By clicking launch, it will then generate the pin. And that pin is unique to this game. Students must go to kahoot.it on a web browser, any web browser, smartphone, tablet, desktop, laptop, anything that has internet access. Go to kahoot.it, enter that game pin, enter a unique name or nickname, and then you will have the access to start the quiz from here, and you control all of it from your desktop as the instructor. So that is our tutorial on how to create Kahoots. I hope you found it very informative. If you have questions, please feel free to just let me know. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining this video tutorial.